Remember, there's Ram Navami violence that has taken place all over the country, and we read them out also, some of the details, and you can see them on the screen also. In JNU, of course, 2 student organizations clashed. In Gujarat, violence in Sabarkantha and Anand districts, man was found dead. We still do not know whether this man died because of the violence or, this is something which the police is going to clarify. So far they haven't. In Madhya Pradesh, violence rioting in Khargone district and curfew has been imposed. West Bengal, violence was reported in Howrah and Bankura. Jharkhand, stone pelting and arson reported in Lohar Daga. And there are other cases also, stray incidents of violence. Now, if we talk about Madhya Pradesh in particular, what has happened is that even before a court of law can find people guilty, the Madhya Pradesh police has decided to deliver a very UP-style justice. So from Bulldozer Baba in Uttar Pradesh, you have a situation where there is a Bulldozer Mama in Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj has taken a leaf out of Yogi's playbook. The bulldozer has come in here also, and properties of Ram Navami violence accused have been raised. Bulldozers have been used to demolish these properties. Now, questions are now being asked over what many are calling one-sided action by the MP government. 84 people have been arrested so far. The government says more will happen and they will take decisive action. Now, is this an extrajudicial way of delivering a form of justice, or is this justified? There have been videos circulating, and I would like to introduce our guest also. Deshratan Nigam is a BJP and RSS supporter. Dr. Fuad Halim, leader of the CPM, and Sabha Naqvi, author and senior journalist. Thank you very much to the three of you. Mr. Deshratan Nigam, I would like to begin with you. You see, there are multiple videos that are doing the rounds. You have got these videos of stone pelters from a certain community. NDTV has no way of independently verifying this. There is a version that it is because of these stone pelting that this incident took place or violence took place. Then there are also some other videos that show people outside mosques making, provocative statements against a particular community in a Ram Navami procession. Again, unverified videos. Do you feel that at a time like this, we must let the law be supreme, carry out the investigation and bring the guilty to book? And in this quest, why is a bulldozer being used? Do you feel that this is an extrajudicial way of delivering some form of justice? Mr. Nigam.
Sanket, I will concentrate on undeniable and admitted facts only.
Okay.
One, these stone pelting or violence took place in Muslim dominated areas. Whether provocation was there or not there, I am not going into that question because that's a subject matter of investigation. Second admitted fact of JNU is that violence happened at the place of Ram Navami Puja. Who did it, who did not do it, it's a matter of investigation. So, let the truth come out. Now, so far as bulldozer thing is concerned, to the best of my knowledge, these are illegal properties, unauthorized occupation on which due process of law has already been done. This is my information, subject to verification. And probably they are taking action and two things are being related here. So these were illegal, unauthorized, occupied, constructed properties. Now, if it is being done, if these are legal properties, let me add a rider. It has to be done through a due process of law. And if it is an illegal property, even then, it has to be done through a due process of law. There is a law laid down, codified, notices to be issued. There are guidelines devised by each High Court as per the guidelines given by the Supreme Court. So, as of now, I will not be able to comment whether this is an illegal act or has been...
The reason why, Mr. Nigam, I ask you this question is because we see whether it is Uttar Pradesh or now MP, where bulldozer Baba, bulldozer Mama, there is great amount of political pride attached to the fact that even before a court has announced or pronounced someone guilty, you have a government which is taking action. This is being seen as some sort of justice being delivered. Now my point is, those people who are accused right now of violence and rioting, they have to follow the law of the land. Is a bulldozer superseding the law of the land? That's my question. Sabha Naqvi, what's your view?
Look, all these things that are happening, I would agree with Mr. Ratan Nigam. Even I'm tempted to share a lot of the videos. I'm not sure what is true, what is false, what is manufactured.
That's very
right
difficult.
Now.
In a situation like this, it's so difficult because there's so many videos circulating.
Yes, yes.
You never know what is the...
sharing something, then withdrawing it till I see it put out by the verified fact checker.
Absolutely.
Till I see that, or a verified news outlet. So let's understand. But let's not lose sight of a larger picture, Sanket, is that there is something which has happened where mobs are running riot all over. It's happening from Karnataka suddenly. Actually, we all covered the UP election, we didn't see this. And now suddenly, this Ram Navami season, there has been this kind of sort of violence in far too many places. So we have to wonder whether this is part of a larger design. Are the foot soldiers, and meanwhile, one thing which are verified, what has been verified is that a lot of hate speeches against minorities have been made and the guilty have not been arrested. They have asked for genocide. I use the word genocide very carefully, not rhetorically, because genocide is when the state is trying to push. None of them. That Baba in Sitapur has today flashed in front of the media. It's quite clearly visible. And but nothing has happened to him. He said he would be abducting and raping women of the Muslim community. Those are pretty factual. They've come out in the news also. So there was a gathering just outside New Delhi where certain journalists were beaten up. We have to rely on their word that this happened, that hate speeches were made. Many of them belong to the minority community. So going by what we gather, we have to note that there are people.
So you're reading this as a consequence of something larger that is happening over the past few months. Okay, interesting. Yes. Dr. Fuad Halim, you see a lot of these allegations, particularly in the JNU, have been made against left-leaning organizations who are trying to do this, and that's the allegation, to keep themselves relevant.
Well, if you stitch the entire sequence of events that are happening over the past couple of years surrounding Ram Navami and the organizations that are regularly being involved with this, the Ram Navami violence of 2022 is not the first instance of violence. And you see the organizations that are taking up cudgels for organizing the Ram Navami, the spirit of Ram Navami, of actually celebrating Ram Navami and respecting the birth of Lord Ram, is overshadowed by the tenacious note that this event has to be used to actually fuel a political agenda. And that political agenda is to polarize India, polarize the people of India, and ensure that the common issues that affect people across religion, across castes, that the issue of jobs, issues of price rise is actually put in the background. And the Ram Navami definitely is a very, very important event for the people of India, and a large portion of India wants to celebrate it in the spirit in which it should be celebrated. But these organizations are absolutely using this as a vehicle to further their agenda of polarization. Now, if you look at the events, look at the governments that are there. One person has died in Gujarat, one person has died in Jharkhand. Up till now, we do not know which community they belong to. Very unfortunate. But one has to understand that at the end of the day, we see that the minorities are at the receiving end of the action taken by the state administration, by the action taken by the state police of there. Already we've seen that a cowboy type of justice is being delivered. We've seen in Madhya Pradesh, as we have shown, that the way that the state administration has moved.
Thank you very much, all of you all. The point is, all of this happened, all of this, on the very auspicious occasion and the day of Ram Navami. The day is a celebration which is of things exactly not what happened on the ground.